What's going on, guys? I'm Bill and welcome to Bill's How To. Today I'm going to show you how to fix a sliding cavity door, also known as a pocket door, when, as you guys can see, it simply doesn't want to work. Let's get straight into it, guys. Let's do this. Alright guys, so this here is a very common problem, and lucky for you guys, it's a very simple fix. Once again, it's a very common issue here. What we've got is a sliding cavity door where it's got wheels on top and they run on a track inside this cavity, allowing the door to slide back into the wall here. Now the easiest way to repair this one here, you can see it's simply not working the way it should. Now, to gain access to the track, the wheels, the carrier, everything up there, what we need to do is actually remove this top little filler panel here. I'm going to bring you guys in closer and I'll show you this little filler panel. So this little piece of timber here is the filler panel, and once we remove that, that'll allow access for the actual carriers and the track. Now to remove this one here, sometimes there's just simply a screw that goes in. Other times we've got a little cap as we do here. You can see the paint's come off the cap on this side here. This side here is still alright. To remove it, nice and simple, you can use a chisel, flathead screwdriver. Sometimes you're lucky and you can pull them by hand. As we've got there, it actually did come off by hand. Now I'll have to find that one. But what I like to use is just a little flat razor blade or a scraper, and that way I can actually control it a lot better. So I need to find the other cap, which I've got now. We've got access to our screws here that are underneath. So we're going to remove those screws using a screwdriver or a drill. Bring it all the way out and then screw it back in just a little bit so that you don't lose it. Alright, once we've got that one there off, we can now remove this filler panel. Now, depending on your house, this one here, you can see it's got a crack right on top because it's actually been removed before. This house is going to be painted, so I'm not too concerned about the condition of it right now. Somebody's going to be fixing that anyway. But if you can't pull this little piece here off, what you do is you take a utility knife, so anything like this one here, and just simply score around the edge. That's going to break up or separate the paint between the filler panel and your top part of your architrave or any other woodwork that's up there and has been painted shut. Once you've got that one there off, we can remove our filler panel, put that one there on the side, and now we can force this door across and we can actually work on the carriers. So you can see possibly that there's one carrier here and there's another one on the other side. One right there. So I'm going to bring you guys in closer once again and show you what we're doing. So it's a little bit high for the camera to sit on the tripod, so you're going to have to excuse my shaking, but we're going to slide this door open once again, and you can see that first carrier right here. Straight away I can see an issue here. Now this carrier is sitting right on the edge where it actually should be further back in. So you can see that I've just pushed it in, and if I pull it back again, this here actually lines up the door. So if this isn't centered, your door will be coming either too close to the inside or too far out on the outside, and that'll be rubbing along the side. But the fact that this one here is already that loose tells me that the door is also rubbing on the floor because it's not actually taking any of that weight. So we're gonna slide this one here further across and get to our back carrier. All right, you can see this one here is sitting a bit further back. That top nut there is loose, so we're going to have to make some adjustments here and tighten it. Now, generally speaking, if you look on top of the door, you should find a little holder there, and it'll have a little Allen key wrench that's specifically designed to get into tight areas like this. But of course, most people like to pinch these little items because they are super handy, and you may not find it on top. So I'll put some links in the description below for where you can get your hands on them. This is what they look like. They're very, very thin little Allen key wrench here. We've got a whole bunch of different sizes, but most of the time it's going to be this one right here. So I'll show you guys what we do to make our adjustments. The first thing we do is we loosen off this top nut here, which is already loose in this case here. So this top one is a locking nut which clamps it down to prevent it from becoming loose over time, and the bottom one is where you make your adjustments. So the first thing we need to do, now that we've got clearance from our little top nut here, is we're going to slide the door in so that it's sitting centered, and now we're going to raise the door slightly. So if we swing this one here over to the right, that's going to raise the door, and obviously if we go the opposite direction, that's going to lower the door. So we're just going to lift it up slightly on the back, not too much because I don't think we need as much on the back as we do the front. And we're going to clamp this one here down. Once again, excuse the footage. I probably should have got a higher tripod. Alright, so that one there is now locked in its final position. We're going to slide this one here back and we're going to work on our front one now. It's still getting stuck obviously because it's scraping. It's not centered as you guys can see there. It's right on the edge, so we can push this one here in. We're going to start off by loosening off that top nut, which is supposed to be our locking nut. Alright, then we're going to push that door back into the center. And now we have to raise this door slightly because we've got absolutely no tension here. So once again, turn it to the right. And we're going to check our adjustment now. So push this one here back into the center. Alright, we've still got a bit of rubbing. This side here is pretty good. But then it rubs back here, so we're going to raise it up a little bit more. Once again, slide that one over. That's looking perfect right there. So what you want to check at this point here is, I'll jump down from the ladder. Alright, so if we have a look at the door now, it's working nice and smooth. However, what we need to check is the spacing on the side. So if we have a look down the bottom, it's touching on the bottom right there. As we come up, we've got a bit of a gap here that starts to open up. So that's the first thing we're going to work on, and then we're going to work on making sure that our latch here actually lines up with our strike plate or with our little catch there. So now that we've got this one here working perfectly, if we have a look at this side here, we've got a gap here. So we've got two options. We can either drop this side here a bit lower, which I really don't want to do because we just adjusted that one to get it just enough clearance. Or the other thing we can do is lift this side here. So if you look at the door, if we lift that side there, imagine the door's on a bit of an angle. If we lift the left side up, that's going to straighten it up and close up that top gap. So I'm going to clamp down this side here. And then we're going to loosen off this side here again and raise that one just slightly. Alright, and then we're going to loosen off this side here again. So remembering we're going to tighten this one, so we're going to have to go to the right once again. And this time around we can actually check it before we do anything. So if we close that door now, check out our spacing. Bottom is nice and tight, middle still nice and tight. As we come up to the top, we've literally got maybe 1 or 2 millimeters left. So we can adjust it a little bit more. All right, so the next thing we're going to work on is our little strike plate here, or our catch, to make sure that everything works and is in perfect order. So if we test it out, you can see there, it's not actually catching. Well, actually it is. All right, so if we have a look, it's just simply not lined up perfectly. Because this door's got a bit of swing in it, you can see there, it swings back and forth. Depending on its position, it either locks, which it does right there, or if I swing it back a bit, obviously it doesn't work. So what we can do is we can make little adjustments on our guides down the bottom, which I'll show you guys how to do now. But first thing I'm going to do is tighten up that little wheel up there, make sure everything's locked, perfect finished position right there, and then we're going to work on our little adjustment guides down the bottom. We're now going to install this little filler panel back in, put the caps back on top, and then we're going to make our final adjustments with the guides down the bottom. That's going to hopefully allow this to lock much easier than it is at the moment. We'll take these two little caps, put them back on top. So we're going to close the door and get this door here to latch. You can see depending on the position that it's in, it's got a bit of play. We just need this one here to latch. So at the moment now that's latched and locked in its place. We're going to come down to the bottom right here and I'll show you guys the guide that we're going to be working on. So down the bottom we've got a guide on both sides of the door, one on the inside and one on the outside, and what this does is this actually guides the door and reduces the amount of play in it. So what we're going to do in this case here is we're going to loosen this one here off. Hopefully I won't block the view for you guys. Move it in a little bit on this side here, tighten it back up. If you need to, you've got other screw holes, or you can change the location if you need to go any further than that, but usually there's a little bit of play in here to allow you for adjustment. So now we've reduced the play on this side here. We're going to open up the door and then do the same thing on the other side. So once again, back it off. This one here is being sealed shut. So just with a little flathead screwdriver, pry it up, and then we can make our adjustments once again. So we're going to move that over. We don't want it too tight, otherwise you're going to hear scraping the whole time. But we just want to reduce the amount of play that's in that door, which looks pretty good right there. Alright, let's test out the door. So now that we've adjusted the guides, we can test out the door and make sure that it's latching correctly. And that is exactly what you're after, nice and smooth, very simple task that anybody can do themselves out there at home. It costs absolutely nothing. There was no parts that needed to be replaced, but there was a lot of realigning, resecuring and adjustments made to the door. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, you've learned something new. Share it far and wide, spread it out and help other people save money as well. As always, like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Bill. Thanks for watching Billshowto.